Nostradamus channel, and the topic for tonight is Samhain, or the sabbat or festival commonly known as Halloween. Okay. For those of you who are new to this page, please don't forget to subscribe, watch, like, comment, and share this vlog and all other vlogs of the Nostradamus channel. Okay, so we often hear Halloween. But where or how did Halloween start? Okay, it's actually the sabbat or festival known as Samhain. Okay, it is spelled as Samhin, but it is pronounced as Samhain. It is known as Samhain because it is derived from the words, I think, Old English words Sam, which is or which refers to summer, and Fuin, which refers to the ending. So it's actually the ending of summer. Samhain is a festival attributable to the Scottish Gaelic, the Druids, the Celtics. Okay? It is the end of harvest and the beginning of winter. It is celebrated on October 31, and it is actually the midpoint between the autumnal equinox and the start of winter, or winter solstice. Okay? So it's in the middle. Among the sabbats of the Wiccan practices, this is one of the two very special festivals, and the other being Beltane, which refers to spring. Okay, now how is Samhain, or how did it start? Okay, in ancient times, it is a celebration to thank the gods for the harvest and to prepare for the upcoming cold season or winter. How is it celebrated? There are bonfires. Bonfires are held, of course, using the trunks, using the leaves, and of course there's coal, and even some of the bones of the cattle. So it's a celebration. And there is also the so-called guising or mumming. For guising, the children go from one shelter to another, and they bring or they ask for food. They ask for some form of token. Later on, these are coins. They also ask for apples and nuts. Okay, this practice turned out in the 1900s to be turnips. Okay, they carried turnips with coals inside, and this was the origin of the jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, now there's also the practice known as mumming, and mumming is a custom of going to the streets and performing some folk plays by troops. And since they are like artists, after they perform, they expect to be paid, so they collect money. Mumming can be attributed to the word mum, which means to be silent, and mums, or rather momo, which refers to mimicking. Okay, mimicking something. Okay, so what they do is they wear masks. Okay, now this is also connected to the bonfires. They dress themselves, the old Gaelics and the Celtics and the Druids, and then later on the Wiccans. They dress themselves as like animals. They put on horns, or they put on twigs to resemble the horns, and they wear the fur of cattle that they have to cook. Okay, so that's how it's celebrated. They also perform divination runes are used, or they use some other forms of oracles to address the gods. And it's really a feast. That's why it's called a festival. Now they believe that in liminality, which means a threshold. So when you say liminality or something is liminal, it means it is the middle of a rite of passage. So the rite of passage refers to the world of the living and the world of the dead. So the passage from the world of the living to the world of the dead, the middle point there, or the threshold, is known as liminality. And this is what the early practitioners of Samhain believe in. They believe that during October 31, the souls of the dead can easily come to the world of the living and can make their presence felt, especially by those who are psychically sensitive. They also believe in the Sids, or the so-called Eosi. I don't know if I have the correct pronunciation, but Eosi refers to the fairies and the spirits. You know what the ancient Celtics do? They propitiate these fairies and spirits. Since they can enter through to the world of the living, they have to be propitiated to ensure that the living will be able to survive the harshest of winters. Okay, and that was the origin of later on wearing costumes of the unknown. Okay, and the belief that they do come to the world of the living. You see, during the early Christian era, okay, to be more precise, during the 5th century Christian era, a certain pope by the name of Boniface or Boniface designated a day in May, the month of May, for which to celebrate saints and martyrs. However, this was moved in the 9th century by Pope Gregory to November 1 and 2. November 1 being a day to celebrate the Feast of Saints and Martyrs, and November 2 to celebrate or to commemorate the dead. Okay, why was it transferred to November? It's because they couldn't change the traditions of the Gaelics and the Celtics and the Druids. They put it initially in the month of May, but they cannot encourage people to celebrate it in May, because the people still celebrated it in the month of October. Normally it was a 3-day festival, so October 31, November 1, and November 2. That's why Pope Gregory thought it best, or maybe the council of the early Christians thought it best to syncretize the pagan traditions to the practices of the after the Roman Empire collapsed. That is why they had to move it from May to November 1 and 2. That was the origin of the All Saints' Day, and then followed by the All Souls' Day on November 2. Okay. Now, why was it called Halloween? Actually, it was All Hallows Eve. Hallow is or means holy or sacred, and Ian is an old English word for evening. So it was a holy evening. It was considered holy because the souls of the departed, whether related to you or not, are able to go to the world of the living. The line that separates the world of the living and the dead becomes very thin. It was liminal. It was a threshold. It was the midpoint in the rite of passage. And the psychically sensitive can sense them more. However, we cannot find, contrary to common beliefs propagated in mainstream media and through movies and television, souls in cemeteries. No, we cannot find them there. But that will be another topic. Okay? So now you know what Samhain is. For those of you who want to know more about this, especially the Filipinos out there, you can go to my Facebook page and check out the links in all the major television and radio stations in the country. Okay, so please don't forget again to subscribe, like, and share this video. And till next, like,